everyone, welcome to the first round of the 2016 KSR Formula Renault Series season. The race gets underway very shortly indeed, and before we get underway, we are going to give you a rundown of the grid. So, in pole position, we have James Wimberley, who is now doing this series full time without doing any other series in his old team, the Martini Protec. He starts on pole in today's race. KSR Formula 3 graduate Dan Peters starts in second ahead of former CG in the Lotto Sport, ahead of former CGP3 driver Ollie Charlton in the MAT. Jonathan King in the Nemesis starts in fourth, ahead of Jenna Blake, who's doing this series alongside CGP3 in the Hyperspeed in fifth. Kieran Wigglesworth in the second Nemesis starts in sixth, ahead of Gemma Craven in the Powermax Sonic Speed racing car, a new team. Jacob Patton in the second of the two MATs lines up in 8th, ahead of Jordan Byers in the second Protec in 9th. With Lewis Shepherd in the second Lotto Sport rounding out the top 10. Dan Coatman in the Fox lines up in 11th. Amlin Fox entering the series ahead of Christian van Niekerk. Casey now running a sole team in the Casey Junior Racing. Corey McLennan in the Silver Speed lines up in 13th, ahead of Dylan Shenton in the Hyperspeed. Another new team, Vronic Racing, has entered the series with Joe Lockie in 15th. Ryan Price in the second Silver Speed lines up in 6th, ahead of Sid Kuma in the second Vronic Racing car in 17th. Sam Madar in the second Casey Junior Racing car lines up in 18th, ahead of Andrew Balmain in 19th in the FTP. Ed Mahoney in 20th in the Amlin Fox. Tara Stone in 21st in the Powermax Sonic Speed Racing. And Toby Julian rounds out the grid of 22 cars. We lost quite a few teams this year going into this season, but we have gained quite a few teams as well. And there is not going to be any formation laps, so we actually will be going straight into the race from this formation lap. In case you're unfamiliar about how this works, it is the weekend starts with obviously a qualifying and then a 30-minute race, and then the top 8 on the grid is reversed. The top 8 is reversed before the second race, and then we have a longer race with a pit stop. So we are almost ready to get underway. We don't have to go through the crap of starting and then removing the car, so we're actually immediately able to go into this camera this year. So what we're going to see happen here in the first KSR Formula Renault race of the season, we've got 10 seconds left. Here we go. We're almost ready for the 2016 KSR Formula Renault season. Lights out, away we go. James Wimberley gets away well. A few cars having a few problems. James Wimberley's got away well. Ollie Charlton hasn't got the best of start. He already has to go to the inside. But James Wimberley going to the inside to defend from Dan Peters. Heading into the first corner. Dan Peters going to try and fight his way around the outside of the Protec car. Is Dan Peters going to be able to get through? Heading into the long right-hander. Yes, Dan Peters has taken the lead. Here at the Circuit de Catalunya, not the best of cameras that we have around here. Dan Peters leads the race. Ahead of Wimberley, Charlton, Blake, who's made a good start. Ahead of King and Wigglesworth. With Craven up into 7th. Now you've got Jacob Patton battling it out with Christian van Niekerk. Down the inside, going Dan Coatman, who's going to try to take 9th place. With the mate, it's Dan Peters that leads the way. In a very interesting start. And so far, so clean. I'm going to turn the sounds up a little bit. Okay, so coming towards the end of the first lap now, it is Dan Peters who leads the way from James Wimbley. Of course, there's no pit stops this race. You've got the two Nemesis cars battling it out in the battle for P5. Kieran Wigglesworth, who's going to try to get past Jonathan King, heading up towards the first corner, both in their first race in the series. Is Wigglesworth going to try and find his way around the outside? Yes, he is. So Wigglesworth takes 5th. And already through goes Gemma Craven as well. So Gemma Craven getting up into 6th place. But now it is Peters who's now actually starting to lose out to James Wimberley, who's trying to catch up to the Lotto Sport. The black Lotto Sport car of Dan Peters. A bit of action here behind it. It's all starting to die down a little bit. Here you've got Ryan Price battling it out. I think that's Sam Mader heading up towards the chicane. Sam Mader, I think, is going to get the position. No, I think Ryan Price has got it. They're still going to be side by side, heading down the straight, these two are. You've got Sid Tuma, who's going to try to buy into this as well. So, who's going to be ahead? Is it going to be the Silver Speed? It's going to be the KSR. It's going to be the Silver Speed, I think. As there you've got Toby Julian having a look. You know, it might be Maydar that's going to get ahead. Yeah, I think Maydar's going to get ahead because Price has to back off. So very interesting battle here. You've got James Wimberley who's going to start to get DRS now, who is catching up to the not the Nemesis, the Hyperspeed, not the Hyperspeed. I seem wrong. We've got into the Lotto Sport car in the battle for the lead of the race. So, here is Wimberley, who's right behind Peters. Oh, Wimberley getting a bit out of shape there. As now you're looking at James Wimberley, who's right behind Dan Peters once again. Ollie Charlton, who's holding station third ahead of Jenna Blake. Kieran Wigglesworth in 5th ahead of Gemma Craven and Jonathan King. Just seeing if there's any action down the field. Lewis Shepherd having a look at the back of Joe Lockie. Ed Mahoney behind the pair of them in the red car. Very easy to pick out, that red car is, but they're all kind of holding station. We're on board with Dan Copeland right now. 5 minutes into the race. James Wimberley is getting very close and looking like he could maybe have a run. Heading up towards the first corner on the Lotto Sport car. Is this going to be enough for the Protec to get past the Lotto Sport? And yes, I think he's going to do it before the first corner. So James Wimberley, I think, is going to take the lead here. James Wimberley takes the lead of the first race at Catalunya. So James Wimberley now leads the way. Ollie Charlton's starting to catch up to Peters. In the MAT. Into camps they go. Still, Peters is going to be within DRS range of Wimberley. The phone thing, so hang on a sec. Sorry about that. Just someone phoned me, but nothing happened to commentate on. Now there's something happening. You've got Jordan Byers and Dan Coatman in the battle for 10th place, and Byers has taken that place from Dan Coatman. And behind you've got Dylan Shenton in the hyperspeed. In the grey and yellow hyperspeed car. So, Byers takes 10th, almost a third of the way through the race. Wimberley's not getting away from Peters here, is he? Oh, a bit of action. That's Lewis Shepherd and Ed Mahoney battling it out. That's Wimberley. Is Peter going to be close enough this time? Don't think so. Actually, he might be. I'm not sure Wimberley's going to go to the inside to defend. But Wimberley's going to have the high ground for 2. But then he's going to have the high ground for 3, but Peters retakes it. And you've got Charlton behind as well. So you've got action here between McLennan and Mahoney. Lock up ahead. You're seeing a bit of action here. They're all kind of biding their time now. I don't think James is going to be close enough this time. In the Protect, he might be actually. Wimberley, he might do the same here. I think Wimberley's going to do it here. Wimberley's taking it, and then also Charlton getting involved as well. So, Wimberley leads from Peters and Charlton. The thing that Wimberley needs to do is to get out of that DRS range if he wants to hold this lead, but he's really struggling to do that. The top 5 actually in a bit of a train at the moment. And either Wimbley or Peters can get away from each other. Here in KSR Formula V8. Peters is going to have another go, but is Wimbley going to cover this one off? No, he isn't. He's defenceless. And Peters immediately takes the position. So, 12 minutes into the race. Peters and Wimbley batting it out for the lead. At the moment, Jacob Patton's going to get reverse grid. Joe Lockie up there into 13th in the Bollock Racing car. You've got Ryan Price and Siddhartha Kumar battling it out. I don't think Wimbley's going to be close enough for some. He might be, but there's enough straight there if I go. No, I don't think he's got enough straight there for what actually he might do. But this time, I think Peters has managed to hold it. Round the outside. Whilst Blake tries to get past Charlton. So, 30 minutes in, these two are batting it out really heavily. One of them needs to get away from the other if they want to win this race. And Peters doesn't get the exit that he would have wanted out of that corner. There, he's starting to struggle now. Wimbley's got away. And Charlton is right by Dan Peters. He's still within that second window. Crucially. I'm not sure if he is now because Wimbley is clearly quicker. If he's not, he could be vulnerable, which he isn't. To attack from Ollie Charlton. Is Ollie Charlton going to have enough here down the straight? Not quite. So, Wimbley now leads the race from Peters and Charlton and Blake and Wigglesworth. Pretty much all these drivers weren't actually in this series last year. We've got so many drivers entering and so many leaving. That's what you usually see in KSR Formula V8. So we're 16 minutes into the race now. At the moment, Jacob Patton is on for reverse grid. The final race will take place at 7 tomorrow evening. So, Is Ollie Charlton going to have enough on Dan Peters here? Heading up towards the first corner. I think Ollie Charlton's going to do it. Ollie Charlton has taken second place from Dan Peters in the MAT. And that is crucial that the MAT has managed to get through. Wimberley's gone now. But it's going to be interesting to see if Charlton's going to be able to close on to the Protect. But considering Wimberley's pace now, I'm not sure how that's going to be possible. Now Jenna Blake is right behind Dan Peters. You've also got Kieran Wigglesworth behind as well in the Nemesis. Gemma Craven behind that in the Sonic Speed. No one's actually had any major problems in this race. Peters batting it out here with Charlton, and he battles for second place. Peters is going to try to retake it. They're going to go side by side, but Peters retakes it. So, Peters takes second place in the Nemesis car. Now you've got Ollie Charlton behind. These two, I think, could go hammer and tongs for the rest of the race. 12 minutes left of the race to go. Of course, this is the shorter of the two races that we have of the weekend. In this season opening race. 3.2. James Wimberley's got a good gap now, is the gap. Van Niekerk looking very feisty behind Jacob Batten. In the Casey Jr. racing car. I saw a position change behind. I don't think Charlton's going to be close enough this time. Or is he? Don't think so. So Charlton can't get through. I think Siddhartha Kuma's had an issue somewhere. Bit of action here ahead. That's Corey McLennan battling it out with Joe Lockie in the volley. There's Toby Julian and Tara Stone battling it out as well. As here is Dan Copeman, right behind Jordan Byers. So, 10 minutes to go of this race. Charlton batting it out with Peters for second place. Charlton has the run. Heading up to the first corner, and Charlton is going to take second place from Dan Peters in the Lotto Sport. But Dan Peters has stayed with him, but it's going to be crucial for the MAT to get out of that DRS range. So, it's James Wimberley Is Ollie Charlton going to be able to defend from Dan Peters? But Ollie Charlton's had a terrible exit out of. I'm not sure what corner number it is. Still, James Wimberley has a big lead, and it's looking like this is looking really good for the Protec. Looking back from Charlton. He's got a bit more of a gap. He has got a good gap now back to Dan Peters. Dan Peters will also have DRS. We've got a bit of action here behind. That was Gemma Craven jinking out to see if, just to let Kieran Wigglesworth know that she's there. Coatman and Shen and Byers backing out. I thought I saw a change of position. Lockie down the inside of McLennan. And that could allow Mahoney through as well. So, 7 minutes to go. It's the battle for second that could be the most fascinating. At the moment, reverse grid goes to Patton. So, is Peters going to be able to get through here? The black the black Lotto Sport car creeping to the back of the M80. Last year the Lotto Sport had some red trims. They've now turned it to just being a pure black car. And they say the reasoning for this is just to make their car look a bit more creepy and menacing in the wing mirrors of another car. There's Joe Lockie backing out. That's why they've gone full on black, just to make their car look creepy and menacing in the wing mirrors of another car. To intimidate the drivers, it comes up behind into mistakes. At the moment, Charlton is seeing that black figure in his mirrors. 5 minutes left on the clock. It really does look creepy in the mirrors. That car would. So they have done a good job of making it look the way they want it to. Sport car. But it's not intimidating Ollie Charlton. He is getting away from the Lotto Sport, and the Lotto Sport is now gonna have a grey figure in his wing mirrors in the form of Jenna Blake. Look at the lead James Wimberley's got in the Martini project. But is Ollie Charlton going to be able to defend for second in the remaining 4 minutes of proceedings? So, 3 minutes to go. I'm presuming that they're about to start the penultimate lap of the race. So you're looking at the nemesis of Kieran Wigglesworth. So, penultimate lap that James Wimberley starts. So, 2 laps in this battle to the end. Is Peters going to be close enough to the yellow MAT car? Roddy Charlton heading into turn 1. Not quite. Charlton has the position. So, is Peters going to get that position? That black figure getting ever larger in the wing mirrors of the MAT Motorsports car. They were going to be called Poppy Power Racing Team for a bit, but they decided not to do that. Got Dan Copeman behind Jordan Byers. One more lap. James Wimberley has started his final lap here at Catalunya. Is Peters going to be close enough this time in the battle for second place? Not quite. The clock has finished as Craven gets past, battling out with Jonathan King. Is Christian Van Niekerk here going to nick reverse grid off Jacob Patton? Not going to set one up the inside yet. I wouldn't say this race has been a thriller necessarily. But it's looking good for James Wimberley in the Protec. But who is it going to be who's going to take second? Is it going to be Charlton or is it going to be Peters? Or will there be an incident that will allow Jenna Blake or Kieran Wigglesworth to capitalise? But it's clear who it's likely we're going to see take victory here in Catalunya. It is going to be James Wimberley. After a year out of the series, he has returned to the series in a fantastic way. Wimberley wins at the first race at Catalunya. Second's going to go to Ollie Charlton. Third to Dan Peters. Fourth to Kieran Wigglesworth. To Jenna Blake. Fifth to Kieran Wigglesworth. Sixth to Gemma Craven. Seventh to Jonathan King, with Patton, Van Niekerk and Byers rounding out the points. So, Reverse grid goes to Jacob Patton. In an interesting race. I wouldn't say that was a thriller, but it did see action, that race did. Everyone has come through. So, Wembley heads into the pits. That is it from the first race in Catalunya. We'll see you around 7 o'clock for race 2 tomorrow. Goodbye.